Ladies and gentlemen, we are here with another award show. Third annual award show. I got my man, my co-host JC with me today.
Yeah, yeah,
Jay, how we doing?
Yeah. Inaugural champ, season 1 champ, first champ. I mean, you got to intro right, bro. If you're gonna intro.
I mean, listen, man. I'm just saying, I'm the current undefeated champion, 14-0.
Yeah, you're about to be real upset, bro. Bro's about to lose that in the finals. That's gonna be a dagger.
Yo, you want to know something really funny, JC?
What?
Last time when we started recording season 3 award show, we just got out of you losing to MNAS in the quarterfinals, and we're starting the season 4 award show, and we're getting out of you losing to him in the cage lock. How does that feel?
That's crazy, bro. I mean, Go-Go did all he could out there, bro, but that's all I had.
Oh, yeah?
I was set up to fail, man.
JC just can't be.
Confusion.
Now, that's a finals I don't want to see. That's going to be a sleeper finals if that happens, man.
Me versus MNAS?
Yeah, bro's getting
Me versus
3-0'd.
MNAS sets are fucking crazy, bro. We literally have the best sets of the season in both seasons.
Listen. All I'm saying is we know who's winning that.
It's crazy. This team sucks.
All
right, let's go.
Yeah, let's get into the award show. All right, first, hold on, let me pull up something on the side.
Let's get these. I'm gonna be talking some shit in this.
I wouldn't expect any less. All right, so first award we have here of the night or of the day is best nicknamer. You like the pictures?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'll let you give your thoughts on who you think had the best nicknames, and we'll go from there.
I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I don't think anybody in the season really had like standout nicknames. I just don't think you can top Samsung Smart Fridge. So
that's true. That is true.
I mean, I really can't give any input on this because I wasn't even paying attention to nicknames because none of them really spoke out to me. All I know about is Goudreau with the OnlyFans, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I'll say this: Wu had some good Wo Chen nicknames. He did like Wo Champion, like Wo Chen, and like he changed it up every week. Chris, he just always, we know Chris's nicknames. Chase had the Rizosaurus Rex. He named Titar a couple. He did Butter Dog when he played Wu. That stands out to me. Tanner, he had some okay nicknames. I think his best one was easily his Galarian Weezing, Now That We're Men. And Croc's nicknames were pretty good as well, but it's kind of like you said, there's nothing like super standout like Samsung Smart Fridge this season.
Yeah, so I don't know. I'm just gonna give it to my boy Tanner off of Friendship.
Oh, yeah?
I'm biased.
Alright. Does Big T get best nicknamer? It's gonna be Dog Chase. Dog Chase.
Oh, Chase with the first award.
Chase taking home best nickname. I just want to say these pictures are crazy.
That's the only thing Chase has won in this league.
Nidoking got MVP season 2. Chase is the first ever MVP of the league. Stop the cap. But the Rizosaurus Rex proved to be too much for the others. Chase, this is your award. Big ups.
Yeah.
Now on to some more actual awards.
This is crazy.
We have low tier, high value. Take it away.
I mean, I'm going simply for fucking Farigiraf. I don't think there's any. I mean, he did the same thing with it almost every game. In terms of like, I'm gonna be honest with you, Vikavolt being up here just confuses the shit out of me.
I would agree. I was not a big Vikavolt. Hold on, let me pull up something else real quick, just so I can speak my truth, as one would say. For mine, I mean, I was a little biased. I put Dunsparce for low tier, high value because I had that shit won things like fucking Darkrai and fucking other shit. But Vikavolt, I mean, even though I don't think it personally, I didn't think it did that much, but I mean, to be fair, it still did pretty well. I mean, it walled things like Great Tusk. Tanner's had it now for 2 seasons. He's pretty comfortable with it. But for me, I think it's funny that you said it's easily Farigiraf because, I mean, Eldegoss was Josh's win cons most games, and Emez with Vanillux, he made a Pokemon that is literally... He made Vanillux a Pokemon that was in its own tier in the pre-draft rankings, in its own tier with Mega Camerupt, and he made it good.
I mean, I just can't do Eldegoss because Eldegoss is a good mon. Like, it gets Regenerator, it gets Cotton Down, like it's got good bulk, it gets Seed, it gets Leech Seed. Like, I just can't, like, to me it's a standard in terms of high value. I mean, it's just a good mon. And Vanillix just set up Aurora Veils. That's why I'm giving it to Farigiraf.
Listen, that's and all Farigiraf did is click Agility Nasty Plot.
And it swept teams.
Alright,
I didn't see any of these motherfuckers sweeping teams.
So are we just gonna sleep with my boy Ursaring over there, or what are we doing about him?
I'm definitely not worried about Ursaring, bro.
Okay,
I don't even remember seeing that mod.
Oh. Alright, so you're saying hands down Farigiraf, yeah?
For sure.
Alright. Winner of the low tier high value is Farigiraf. Noah,
Yeah,
taking
see?
it home.
I'm goated like that. I'm
mean,
goated like that.
This thing, alongside Brute Bonnet, were like the two low-tier Terra captains that were just going crazy all season. I mean, yeah. Farigiraf.
Oh, y'all sleeping on Brute, but yeah.
Oh, yeah? Changed him
Yeah.
a Terra captain like week 9, sleeping on him?
That's crazy, bro. Bro's literally up there with the best of them, up there with the megas in kills.
Is that right?
It's right.
Alright.
It's right.
Alright, next up, we got Best Duo. So again, as usual, I'll let you talk first on your thoughts on these.
Okay, so I'm gonna need you to cross out Lopunny Spectrier and Urshifu Tornadus. I need those things gone.
Alright, so we're gonna pretend like they're not there. Why are they not there?
They're not there. Dude, I mean, there's not a duo in between Spectrier and Lopunny. They don't bounce off of each other. They're just...
Yeah, they do.
Like,
because Lopunny takes care of the dark types the Spectrier can't deal with.
Bro, either way, you look at these other mods, they're swap-ins to these people's counters. These are not, bro. Lopunny's not taking a crunch from Crocodile. It's doing 60. There's no way. And then, I mean, like, Spectrier's not doing shit.
Well, the thing with having a really good ghost type and a really good fighting type, especially here, is, I mean, Lopunny, I mean, if it's a really strong dark move like a Terra Dark Crunch, I mean, obviously Lopunny can't eat that, but if it's like a weaker dark move, Lopunny can swap in and pressure out the normal and dark types that Shadow Ball can't deal with. So, offensively, it's a good pairing.
If your Dunsparce is using Bite on the Spectrier, yeah, he can switch into Lopunny. I'm good, bro. I'm good on that. They're both very good mons, bro, but they're not a duo together. It's just
it's an offensive duo, man. It's an offensive duo.
Both of those mons are spam click buttons.
Okay.
That's it. One button.
And Tornadus Urshifu, I mean, it's a good pivot in Urshifu, man.
Yeah, 100%, but I'm not giving Urshifu shit, man. Like,
Okay.
he already has 80 kills. I'm not giving him anything else.
Okay. So let's look at the other three then. We have Polt, Tusk, Gardevoir Gambit, Brute Zard.
In terms of a real duo, I gotta go with Charizard and Brute Bonnet. But in terms of, just playing off of each other, I guess I'll give it to Gardevoir and King Gambit.
Okay.
I mean, Polt and Tusk are good, but they didn't really stand out anything.
So you're thinking like Polt and Tusk is more like a Spectre or Lopunny, where they're like solo agents.
I mean, yeah, it's again one of those things. Like, you're not like neither one of them is setting up the other. It's just they're both there. I think in terms of King Gambit into Gardevoir, it just completely flips it on its axis to what either of those mons can do.
All right.
Which
So
is why I don't mind that, because you lose the fighting weakness going into Gardevoir, and then you basically kill a mon on the other team with Hyper Voice.
yeah. So Brute. So Croc's duo or my duo? Who's getting your final vote prediction here?
I gotta go with Crocs because it's real. It's real.
Oh, it's real?
It's real.
Well, it's a real loser because Gardevoir King Gambit taking home best duo. I mean, man, Gardevoir Gambit getting their first awards of the night. I mean, what can I say?
I think I low-key voted for you, too.
I mean, these two have 0 switch-ins. One is one of the strongest physical attackers in the game. The other one is like one of the strongest special attackers in the game. And if you make one wrong prediction, something's dying. And it's like you said, Gardevoir comes in for those fighting hits that Gambit doesn't want to take necessarily. Gambit comes in for the ghost types that Gardevoir doesn't want to deal with. It's a really good duo both defensively and offensively, and the results speak for themselves, man. They carried the team all season long.
All right. I can get down with that.
All right. So, next up, best tech. Break it down for me.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
Sweet Jesus.
I mean, the Weezing being up there solely for blocking Scizor is crazy.
Bro, no.
That is insane.
No, he made it so your Hurricanes were 70% accurate on Pidgeot.
Oh, that is
you
true.
couldn't. He also got rid of Purifying Salt on Garg so he could Toxic you. That Weezing was putting you in a pack that set, bro. Stop it.
Who won?
Listen, all right. Weezing was trying was trying his best out there, man. Weezing was trying his best.
I'd definitely go with either Cotton Down Eject Pack or Neutralizing Gas. I wouldn't. I mean, Sticky Barb's alright. I mean, I don't think you should be using Alakazam to Sticky Barb, but that's all good. And then Choice Specs Slowking is like a common thing. So like that, I'm not really.
I mean, it's not the most common, but I see what you're saying.
I've definitely seen it a bunch of times before, especially on the ladder of Showdown. And then I mean, Weakness Policy again. That's another one of those that I've seen multiple times. Because if you get that Mon with booster, or like if you get that Mon in the electric terrain and it gets speed, and then a Weakness Policy, I mean, it pretty much just wins games. So I mean, fuck. I mean, you convinced me, bro. I think I'm gonna have to go with Weezing.
You gonna go with Weezing?
I mean, technically, it's not really a tech, but it is.
I mean, the thing is, you know, he could have brought Levitate because Gar could Earthquake it, or potentially if it wasn't. But the thing is, your team was so ability dependent that you didn't realize it until the Neutralizing Gas came out, and then your entire team just couldn't do anything. So, I thought that was pretty interesting. To speak on the few other ones, Sticky Barb Alakazam, I see what you're saying, but it pressured the Tanner Slowking to switch out more because normally it could like eat 2 Shadow Balls and chill you out. With Sticky Barb Chip and Hazard damage, he could really only switch on 1 Shadow Ball, which is pretty big. And for Tanner, week 1, coming out the gate with a Weakness Policy treads on Noah. I mean, you prep. I mean, week 1 especially is like tough because you can't get a feel for someone's like team identity yet. And Tanner coming out the gate with an offensive treads. I mean, he single-handedly just won the game 1 against Noah just off of that Weakness Policy boost. But yeah, I would agree with you that Weezing and Eldegoss are probably the 2 big ones. Those ones felt very impactful throughout the entire season. But the winner for best tech is Cotton Down Eject Pack Eldegoss.
I can respect that.
Yeah, I mean, this was literally I mean, I said this earlier in the low tier, high value, but Eldegoss is literally like winning Josh many games of sets this season. I mean, because it's knockoff immune, because if you knock it off, you're still getting Cotton Down Eject Packed. Literally, the only thing you can do, I think, is like maybe Incinerate or Corrosive Gas it. And even then, if you're bringing a move like that just to beat an Eldegoss, Josh is winning them like just off moves. So Eldegoss holding it down for best tech this year. The Brits, the Brits are the only ones that've gotten best tech, because last season it was Biff.
Right.
Us Americans are slacking in the tech department, man.
I mean, hey, well, I mean, you know, we can't beat them everywhere. You know what I mean? They can't just not a single one. I mean, how many American playoffs?
Oh, I mean, Noah can make it. I mean, he's in the lead right now, which would be 2 out of the 3 Brits. The real
Come on,
question
man.
is how many
Come on,
how many rings them Brits got? How many rings they got over there, man?
The real question is, what is my boy Biff doing?
Moving on to Best Mega. These are the candidates for Best Mega this year. These are their top 5 Megas that we felt had the most impact this season. JC, let me hear it, man. Break it down.
Okay, I'm gonna get shitty with it.
Oh.
I don't think Beedrill should be up here. I don't think Garchomp should be up here.
Really?
And I mean, dude, it was scale shot every single game. Every single game. And no one ever, ever predicted it when it was 100% coming. And it was just crazy to me. I mean, the only ones I could necessarily go with would be Lopunny or Gardevoir. I don't think Tyranitar really had. I think Tyranitar had to be the one to get kills on Chase's teams because nothing else was doing it. Besides Dracozolt, which it had to set up over and over again.
All right, so if it was your choice, what 2 Megas do you feel had more impact than Beedrill and Garchomp? I know you said Pidgeot. No, there ain't no way. Ain't no way.
You're tripping
No
right now. Pidgeot
way.
has no switch-ins. It has 0 switch-ins. There's 0
I'm
things switching to
looking
Pidgeot.
I'm looking at a fucking Tyranitar right here.
No switch-ins. No
I'm looking
switch-ins.
at a Mega Garchomp right here. I'm looking at 2 things.
Garchomp is not taking a hurricane. You're tripping.
Bro, if I'm a Spadef,
absolutely-
if Sal is a Spadef Garchomp, he's switching in on you, bro.
Oh my god. And it's still taking 45. Stop this.
And then he's killing you with Stone Edge because he can't miss.
Stop this. Stop this. Stop this. Stop this. Stop this.
All right,
Stop
so what?
this.
Are you putting
Stop this.
Mega Venusaur over Beedrill right here or what?
Fuck no. Fuck no. I'm not putting Leech Seed over fucking Mega Beedrill, but fuck. I mean, Venusaur literally wasn't even on the team. He had to get dropped and get cut back. Dude, I would put Charizard Y over fucking Beedrill.
I would say Charizard Y had a very rough first 3 to 4 weeks. Beedrill has always been that consistent win con for Woo, and I feel like the consistency for me personally won Beedrill out for me over Zard Y.
I don't know, man. I'm going off of what I played against, bro, and
Yeah,
come
man.
on, man.
Biased man.
Things dying to a bullet punch.
Is that right? That is right.
100%.
All right, so you think it's down to Lopunny Gardevoir, but if you had to choose between the two, do you think Gardevoir's taking home a second award, or do you think Chris is pulling this one out?
100%. I mean, you gotta go Gardevoir. Put up 40, and you can't kill it.
52? Put up 52?
Yeah, bro. You can't kill that fucking Mon because it has 180 special defense.
All right, best Mega, going to the Queen Titania. I mean,
Ah, bro. I'm opening my third eye.
Mega Gardevoir just winning all the awards so far, man. I mean, Mega Gardevoir, I was hesitant to draft it at first coming into this season, but it has always been one of my favorite Megas, and now that I've used it through a full season of Big Juice, I can say confidently that this has easily been my favorite mon to use in this league so far. And I mean, last season I thought people were gonna pick up Blastoise coming into this season, and no one got Blastoise, which is kind of crazy to me. But I would genuinely be very surprised if Mega Gardevoir went undrafted next season, because it's like you said, Hyper Voice does not have a switch in.
It doesn't until I have to tear a steel guard.
Oh, are we seeing the illegal Terra Captain swap?
100%.
Alright. The next award coming up, Best Terra. Now, for me personally, this was my hardest category to vote on because, I mean, Urshifu, I mean, we're not going to talk about him, but for the other, I mean, even Polt, I don't really want to talk about just because those two, they're already great mons, so Terra-ing them doesn't, obviously makes them better, but not in the same regards as the other three.
Right.
The other three are mons that haven't been drafted before, and with Terra, they just ran through the league and carried their team super hard. I mean, without Brute, I don't think Croc even wins a game this season. I mean, Brute was literally doing like even when Croc was 0-5 to start the season, I mean, Brute was still carrying games on his own. And we saw Farigiraf already win low tier high value, so Farigiraf could get a second award here. And then Scolipede, I mean, he was Terra Dark and Terra Bug, but the second he changed to Terra Ground over Dark, I mean, Scolipede was just going crazy for him as the season.
And I'm going to give my boy Mnaz the shout. I'm going to put my vote into Scolipede.
Oh, so you think Scolipede was the most impactful Terra over Brute and Farigiraf?
100%. And if I see Scolipede, this is the crazy part. Scolipede can beat every single one of these mons on this screen right now.
All right, well, that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about
I know, motherfucker. I know, motherfucker. But I'm giving it to Scolipede. Scolipede literally, it got to a point where if you lost the counter to that mon, you lost the game. Like, there was nothing else you could do unless you could find a way to burn it. With Farigiraf, you had to set up, you had to use agility, calm mind, you had to do that. And with Brute, he had to be in the sun.
He didn't have to
Scolipede, nah, stop it. Stop it right now. Scolipede literally won games off its own back. And that's why I'm giving it to Scolipede.
Alrighty, well, Scolipede bring home an award for the Last Minute Land News. The best Terra of Season 4 is Farigiraf, taking home yet another award alongside Gardevoir.
The long debt.
I mean, I agree with the Scolipede assessment. Personally, I voted for Brute, but Farigiraf was kind of the same thing as Scolipede in a sense, where if you lost your Steel type or you lost your like Psychic type, that could check Farigiraf. Late game, he sets up one agility or one nasty pot depending on which boost he needs, and you would just lose because he would Terra Fairy and he would just kill everything with stored power. So Farigiraf taking home best Terra and low tier high value. I mean, this mon should be looked at next season. I mean, taking home 2 awards already? I mean, come on now.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to draft it, but y'all can.
Are you disappointed that Scolipede didn't take it home? Or do you,
No, I mean, I could see why people would pick Farigiraf for sure. I mean, without that Terra, I mean, it definitely has a lot more weaknesses and doesn't do as well, so.
Fair enough. Alright. Next up, we have 7th Mon. Now, I explained this in the Discord, but I'll go over it here again in the video. 7th Mon is an old award from the GBA award show, and what that means is the award is to a Pokemon that did not appear in many games, like half or less of the games of the season, and but each time they made an appearance, their impact was essentially like their win count only. Like, their impact was very high, and they always, while not there often, their impact was always there in the games that they appeared. So that's why we have some of the lower tier stuff like Licky Licky and Mudsdale up there with some of the higher tier stuff like Scizor. But I'll let you take it over from here.
I'm going Scizor. I mean, there's just no way around it.
You think Scizor had the most impact in the games it appeared in?
I mean, Scizor was literally winning games.
I mean, Lycanroc was winning games. I mean, Florges, a little less.
But to be fair, Lycanroc should be coming to every single fucking game.
Shouldn't Scizor be coming to every single game?
No, man, because I have other mons that are impactful in different teams. With fucking Lycanroc, Tough Claws boosted anything. That mon is taking 40% off of a wall. It gets close combat. It gets priority 80 Tough Claws. Like, that's ridiculous.
Okay. So
that's crazy. And Mudsdale's a season 1 champ, bro. You don't even know how to use Mudsdale, bro. So I can't throw that.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah,
that's why Mudsdale swept you? Is that why Mudsdale swept you?
No, Mudsdale didn't sweep me, bro.
He swept. He killed like 3 things.
I was down to 2 mons. I was down to 2 mons.
He swept you. Mudsdale swept you.
I was down to 2 mons.
Mudsdale swept you. All right, so let's talk about Licky Licky. How do you feel about Licky Licky up here, man?
I mean, I didn't watch a lot of games with Licky Licky in it, to be fair.
Okay.
I mean, as much as I saw, it was just a wish staller. Am I wrong on that?
You're not wrong on that. But, all right, so the biggest appearance that Licky Licky had was week 1 against Mnaz. And, Mnaz literally had nothing to kill Licky Licky and allowed B to just heal his entire team up and sell out Mnaz's entire team with Licky Licky. And honestly, I think Licky Licky might have played a more important role in that game than Urshifu did, which is surprising to say, but and even in all the other games, Licky Licky is one of those mons where it's like Miltank for me last season, where you can afford to bring Licky Licky to almost every game. He just didn't decide to because he was just clicking Wicked Blow, but he didn't bring it that often. But Licky Licky is just such a bulky mon that it's really hard to deal with, and with Oblivious, you can't taunt it, so it's always going to get that heal bell or wish off. And for Florges, honestly, it shouldn't even be on here because Sal was bringing it like every game, but when he made his trades around the mid-season, he just stopped bringing it, which kind of allowed it to be in this, I guess, discussion. But honestly, Florges, he should have kept bringing because this mon is crazy, but he stopped bringing it.
I mean, yeah, that's another mon. That and Lycanroc should be coming every game.
Yeah, for sure. But you think, hands down, this is Scissors Award, for sure.
I mean, yeah, I mean, it should be. I mean, I know a lot of people in the league don't know their rights from their lefts, so like it's hard to judge. But, I mean, it should be Scissors.
Okay. So, the first ever, you used this earlier, so I'm going to use inaugural 7th Mon recipient is the Season 1 champ, Mudsdale. I mean...
Same, bro. This shit is biased, bro. You're getting major glazed right now. It's crazy.
Am I?
You're getting glazed.
I mean, when you go 14-0, you got to get glazed a little bit. Come on now. Come on now.
Bro, get them off their knees, man. Get them off their knees.
I'm just
They're
saying, man.
Glazing.
I got the votes right next to me. I'm looking at it. Mudsdale with the most votes. Mudsdale.
Bro, they're spitting on it. They're spitting on it. Jesus Christ, man. I mean, they're cupping the balls. Fucking hacking that shit.
I mean, the Westside Grafai went from getting just coach of the season last year to getting 3 awards already tonight. I mean, we're going crazy with it. But for real though, Mudsdale, I mean, every game it came to, it just put in a ton of work. I mean, swept JC, it swept Wu. I mean, Wu's literally got like 4-0'd, 5-0'd with Mudsdale. Yeah, Mudsdale, a hard mon to deal with, stamina, really good ability, and just a great defensive mon that was important to my team when I needed it. So, this is the 7th mon of the season.
Wipe the nut off there a little bit.
Alright, we're on to set of the season. Now,
oh god, yeah, I'm gonna be useless for this.
Yeah,
shit,
I was about to say,
I
know you're not gonna remember much, so I will kind of give the like the cliff notes for each game here. Tanner versus Mnaz. Tanner got pretty lucky game 1 off the damage roll on Steam Eruption and ended up living, which allowed Tanner to win. Game 2, it came down to a prediction of does Tanner attack or does he switch out. Mnaz made a crazy double switch and won the game off it. And then game 3, Vanillix hit Scissor with a hidden power fire, and the game was kind of over after that. Sal versus Mnaz week 4. Mnaz pretty much had the game won, but I'm pretty sure Sal got like a crit knockoff or something and ended up winning the set. But regardless of that one turn, I mean, this was an incredibly close set. We're talking about the Season 2 champ, someone that just got out of finals against me, versus the new up-and-comer that was heating up pretty hard in the early season. Tanner versus Noah week 1. I mean, we talked about this earlier with the weakness policy treads, but this was Tanner swept him game 1 with weakness policy treads. This was the beginning of Farigaraph's domination, where game 2, it just set up in Tanner's face and just swept Tanner. And then game 3, Tanner just couldn't keep up with the offense from Noah, and Noah ended up taking the set.
Yeah, Tanner sucks.
Damn, yeah. Tanner lost both his
You
games
tell
that he
me-
got
You tell me, yeah, that's crazy.
nominated for, man. Tanner's getting best loser.
That's crazy. Bro, got 2 shouts for him losing. That's crazy.
Bro, he's gonna be moaning at this video. Oh my god.
Nah, he's in the call.
Oh, is he? Oh heavens. We don't want him to unmute just yet. But all right, next up we have Josh versus Biff. Biff cooked Josh game 1. Biff should have beat Josh game 2, but he got paralyzed on everything. And then same thing with game 3, just the paralysis demon was too much. But it was super close set. I mean, honestly, both of their games in week 4 and week 10 were super close, but personally, I thought their week 4 set was a little bit more interesting. And for week 5, Chris versus Chase, I mean, these are just the 2 dogs barking at it. It was just a close set, nothing too crazy, but just a really good set. It was a 0 differential game, which doesn't happen too often, so literally just a very even set, but Chris just barely taking it over on the dog Chase. But I mean, do you have any preference here, or do you not really care?
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna go off you on this one. Whichever one you think, I'll back you.
The one that I voted for was Tanner versus Noah, for a couple of reasons. One, this was the first game of the season, so literally first game, week 1. It was a very hyped game going in. We had 2 reverse sweeps back to back with an offensive shreds and an offensive Fergraf, which is pretty interesting to see, especially considering how much work Fergraf continued to put in the whole season. I mean, it already won low tier high value and best Terra for the night. So, Fergraf's legacy started in this very first game, and then it was cool because Tanner's like one of those coaches where always makes it to playoffs, always in the conversation of making it to the finals. And then Noah, who just barely missed out on playoffs last season, beating Tanner. This is the first time Tanner ever lost a week 1 game. So for Noah to beat Tanner in such a good fashion, I think it was a good storyline and a good indication of how this season was going to go. But that was my personal vote. But for set of the season, in a close vote, won out by a singular point, or a singular vote, it's Tanner versus Noah week 1. I mean,
Here we go, Tanner. You won for losing.
I mean, this was just a very fun set for me to watch, and others agreed. Literally first game of the season, and it was game of the season. I mean, we started off high and we kept going. I kind of already went over the game a bit, but yeah, this game was just very entertaining to watch. The peanut gallery was going crazy the whole time. So, congratulations to Noah for taking home yet another award. And like JC said, Tanner, your best loser. All right. So now we're getting into the actual some of the heater awards, some of the more important ones. Defensive MVP. Now right off the bat, do you think Garg's going back to back?
I mean, it should. Again.
It should.
Again, bro. If I see some major glazing Araquanid shit, I'm literally about to leave the call, bro. I'm literally about to leave the call, man.
All right, so
That's
why don't you think Araquanid deserves it? We'll go over that first.
Fuck you mean? I just watched that dude get cooked by a Chiyu.
Araquanid was a wall that was doing 80% the things on switching.
Stop it right now, bro. Stop it right now. Stop it right now. That thing is garbage.
Garbage, huh? All right.
Defensive MP. That thing was getting toxic, beat down every game.
That thing
Get me outta
1v5.
here,
That
man.
thing 1v6 Crocs team week 1.
Why the fuck is Rotom Heat up here?
Rotom Heat was stalling things out for Josh, man. He was stalling out entire teams. All right, so
I must be in a different league.
All right,
I must be
so-
watching some different shit.
So let's go over the ruination duo here, Ting Lu and Wo Chen. Why do you think Garg surpasses them in defensive MVP?
Well, number one, I'm clapping Ting-Lu every time I saw that thing. That thing was getting clapped.
Oh, okay.
Number two, I mean, Wo Chen's all right. I'm not gonna dog my boy Wo Chen because like he's chill. It's like, I'm not gonna sit here and
That was a
write him
terror
up, but-
captain too, a defensive terror captain. We took a page out of your note, or took a note out of your page last season, man. Made his defensive on the terror captain.
Bro, Garg is literally, if I get to a point where you're just having to keep switching for salt cures, bro, and your whole team's taking 50, I mean, bro, there's no way. I'd rather go up against any of these 4 mons than Garg. That's why I franchised it.
All right, but you know, it's not about. It's about impact throughout the season. And do you still think Garg had the most impact out of these other 4 in defensive?
100%. Hold the fuck up. Hold the fuck up, man. Let me investigate, man. Let me investigate, man. All right. Let's see here. Who's got? Name the mons that are on there.
Araquanid, Tinglu, Wochen, Rotom Heat.
Bro. Araquanid 10 kills. Rotom Heat 13. Where are we at? Where's the next one?
Tinglu.
Whose team is that on?
Noah's. Manchester Missing Nose, he's in our division.
Tinglu 11 kills. What's next?
Wochen, he's on Wu's team.
Wochen's got 20 kills. I can't be mad at 20 kills.
Alright, so just off your attitude, you think the only thing that can test Garg here is the Wochen?
100%.
Alright, so you think Garg's going back to back though, defensive MVP?
It's got to. Otherwise, this is major glaze, bro. Click it, bro. Click the next slide.
And your defensive MVP for season 4 is the Woe champion.
All right.
Wochen
All right.
taking it home. I kind of want
I
to
can't
say
be upset. Bro.
I kind of
can't
want
be
to
upset.
say something, but you're gonna lose it.
What?
Try to guess how many votes Garg got and how many Araquanid got.
Bro, this shit is just so fucking cringe, bro. This shit is so fucking corny. Shit is so fucking corny.
But to talk about the actual winner here, the Woe champion, this thing was just like Garg in a sense last season, just single-handedly winning games. I mean, the first one that comes to mind immediately is his recent game against Sal. He set up an Ingrain, and Sal literally just couldn't kill it, so it just swept. And, I mean, he brought the Ingrain set a couple times this season. It did a decent amount of work, but even just off the Ingrain sets, I mean, Wochen, it's so specially bulky, and with the Tablets of Ruin, I believe it's called, having that, like, buffed Intimidate, it's just really hard to kill Wochen, and especially with the Terra type, with the Grass and Poison, very hard to deal with. And even some games like Wu, he really switched it up with Terra types. He was doing Poison a decent amount, and he did Grass a decent amount. And the Grass, you think your Poison's coming, and then you get hit with a Terra Grass Giga Drain, you take 50. I mean, Wochen, like Jay said, the only thing that could surpass Garg, and it ended up happening here today. So, Woe champion taking home an award for the Saskatchewan Suicunes. Alright, but next up,
Oh, Jesus Christ.
this is where the award show might get a little predictable here, potentially, but we have offensive MVP. Now, besides the elephant in the room, what do we think about the other 4?
I'm going Scolipede.
Alright, so do you think Scolipede wins over Urshifu though?
I mean, statistically, no. But I mean, dude, you're having what tier is Scolipede in? 2-2, right?
Yeah, it's tier 2.
Tier 2 are going up against Ubersmon and Megas. I'm going Scolipede, bro. I'm going fucking Scolipede.
Alright, so the Scolipede have the... Alright, so let's go over the other 3, I guess, briefly. Gardevoir already took home 2 awards. Could potentially take home a 3rd here today. And then Dragapult surpassed Palafin and Chinpow in kills already, and Josh still has a couple games to play. And then we have Spectrier, who was very important on Chris's team, but you don't think they match up to the Scolipede here?
I think Spectre started out really hot and then it just declined as the season went on because people learned exactly what they need to do against it.
I agree.
I think every other Mon on this roster did not have switch-ins, but I think Spectre did, so I just wouldn't give it to Spectre.
Okay. Fine. So the real question is, does Scolipede have enough fan support to overtake the Urshifu? The answer to that is no. People had, never seen before in Big Juice have people jumped on a hate train for Mon as much as Urshifu, and for good reason. But Urshifu, even through all the hate, people just know that it's a Mon that you just have to respect. And I mean, when you drop 75 kills in a season, people just gotta respect that. So Urshifu, offensive MVP. Yeah,
I'm about to fight him week 1 playoffs.
It's pretty hard to deny Urshifu offensive MVP when it drops 75 kills. So yeah. So yeah, Jay, how do you got something cooked up for that Urshifu in quarterfinals? You're gonna go out in quarters again, man?
Fucking, we'll see, bro. We'll see, man. I guess. Fucking shit, dude.
Right.
Shit's fucking annoying as fuck.
So next,
come on.
Next up,
Come on.
we have 3 of the same candidates from offensive MVP, but for 2 new additions. The Brute Bonnet appears again, and now we have your boy Crocodile here. Do you like the respect here from the Crook, or what?
I mean, come on, bro.
Come on.
I mean, come on, bro. Bro was sweeping teams before he was a Terror captain.
That's right. That's right.
That's tier 3. That's tier 3.
Recently moved down tier 3.
All the other Mons need juice, bro. They need juice. Gardevoir has to be a Mega. Dragapult has to be, fucking Dragapult. And then Urshifu needed the Terra Dark. Stop playing with Crook. And then Brute needed the Sun.
So you think Crook is the standout MVP here?
I mean, it's a no-brainer.
It's a no-brainer. You think Crook is more of an MVP than the one-man army of Urshifu, who literally single-handed... Here's my thing, right? I think when we talk about MVP, in my description, I said it's the thing that glues a team together. The issue with Urshifu is that it wasn't the glue, but it was the team. So I feel like Urshifu shouldn't even be a candidate here because, you know what I mean? It's like, it can't be the glue to a team if it's the only Mon on the team. But, regardless, Urshifu here again. Brute, I mean, like I said earlier, even in Croc's hardest games, like those first 5 games where he dropped 0-5, I mean, Brute was still the thing keeping him alive. And even after those 5 games, when he started doing a lot better with the other things on his team, Brute just continued to be an absolute menace. I mean, if I'm looking right here, Brute's at 51 kills as a tier 3 Terror captain. I mean, Gardevoir, who's gotten a lot of hype tonight, is at 52 and she's done for the season. But Brute, I believe Crux has like 1 or 2 games left. He's at 51, so Brute most likely surpassed Gardevoir in kills. And Brute, I mean, again, it's one of those Mons where people just weren't really respecting all that much and came out and had a fantastic season. And then, like you said earlier, Dragapult, Dragapult has always been on the MVP every season. Season 2 was on here. Or no, Season 2 it wasn't on here. It was Landorus for my team. But last season with Mnez was on here, and it's here again. But you still think Crook over the others?
I mean, I got to. I got to give it to my boy, man. I'm not switching up now.
Not switching up now? You should have swapped up. Because Urshifu, like Palafin in seasons past, taking home offensive MVP and league MVP. Yeah, I mean offensive MVP was very one-sided. Almost everyone in the league voted Urshifu, but this one was a lot more contested. But people did end up edging out to Urshifu. So yeah, Urshifu, like I said earlier, almost shouldn't have been a candidate just because it was the entire team. But, MVP is MVP, and it almost would be dishonest if Urshifu was an MVP, so I'm glad people didn't troll too hard in the award show voting. But yeah, Urshifu probably should be banned next season, but we nerfed it quite a bit, so we will see if it's still too broken. But yeah, Urshifu taking home the double MVP awards. And for the last category of the night,
Oh my god.
we have Coach of the Season. Now, how do you feel about? How do these pictures make you feel?
Horny. I mean,
Oh yeah.
I mean, I can't. You know, like, no. Yeah. I'm a little distracted. I mean, yeah.
Is Garganackle making you act up?
I can't deny a great pair. I mean, a great coach. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, dude, you can't knock a 14-0 season, bro. I can't even joke around with this one and say myself.
Okay.
You can't deny a 14-0 season. I mean, you're undefeated. Sal never really went against competition, so you know.
Oh, you're saying Sal had the Mickey schedule?
Yeah, way easier schedule than us.
And he lost to
Way
Chase.
easier schedule than us.
He lost to Chase.
Way easier schedule than us. And then B had Urshifu.
Yo,
So I
he's
can't.
got his whole team right here. He's got Urshifu and Tornadus right here.
And Mnez should have lost to Nick. So I'm not giving it to Mnez either.
He almost lost to Nick and he lost to Tevz back-to-back weeks. Ain't that crazy? He's falling off right before playoffs, man.
Yeah, until he gets to me, bro, and then he's gonna play me lights out, bro, and then he's gonna go every mon is toxic against you, bro, and that's it.
All right, so I mean, kind of weird to end on. I mean, we always got to end on Coach of the Season, but fortunately, I had to make it a little unfair this season. Big 14-0 coming out from the kid, but I mean, these pictures, man. I mean, with these pictures. And then these pictures, I mean, come on, man. We're going crazy with these pictures in this award show. Come on,
Bro, I was
now.
cooking in the booth. I was cooking in the booth.
Yeah, bro. I was in a call last night. It was me, B, Woo, and Chris, and we came up with all these pictures, man. We're going crazy with
Oh, man.
it. But, we'll end with a certain cat in the middle of the picture. But, yeah. Big
Jesus Christ.
big award show coming out this season. Any categories that were super surprising to you for the winners?
I mean, Mudsdale's cap.
Mudsdale's cap?
Everything else, I mean, fits pretty well. Yeah, I mean, I can't argue with anything.
I mean, listen,
I think all in all, it was voted pretty well. I think you can't really. It's hard to argue who's been chosen and who hasn't been. There aren't any that are like, this is dumb.
right.
So I'll give it to our coaches for voting well. I mean, there's definitely a little glazing in there for sure.
Listen, when you go 14-0, man, it'll be your
There's
turn.
definitely a little dick sucking for sure.
Gardevoir, I mean, hey, listen, you want to know another funny thing? I already had my choice words of someone last night, but Gardevoir was actually leading the MVP race 5-3 over Urshifu. And there's 3 votes left that needed to be counted. It was Mnez, Preston, and then it was B, who was obviously voting Urshifu. So essentially the votes are 5-4. And I just needed one of them motherfuckers to not vote Urshifu. And my own blood, my man Mnez, Urshifu hater, voted for that motherfucker. And then Preston is whatever, because he's Urshifu's nightmare, so he's giving him a pity vote. But my man Mnez voted for Urshifu over Mega Gardevoir for MVP. So all I'm saying is, that could have been another award for Mega Gardevoir, but we got robbed in
Thank God.
broad daylight. We got robbed.
Thank God.
But that will wrap up today's award show. Best nickname pictures are fire, and of course, Coach of the Season pictures are fire. But
Jesus.
yeah, is there any
Getting demonetized.
is there any final words that you want to end on, or is that it for you?
Oh man, I'll see y'all in playoffs, man. And all those you didn't make it, you fucking suck. But
Damn.
the rest of y'all, man, I'll see y'all there.
Alrighty.
I'll see y'all there.
That's gonna be it from us. Big award show as usual, and we gonna head on out of here. JC can't beat Mnez even in Radical Red. It's incredible.
That's crazy.
But
That's crazy.
we're gonna
That's
get
crazy
on
to end
that. Yo, is it?
That's crazy.
We started with it. We
love
gotta
y'all.
end on it, man.
I love you all.